whether it's this competition with Fox Sports or whatever they got going on. They laid off some big names, they laid off some small names. Some of the layoffs honestly made sense, as they had just so many reporters from so many different teams and writers, and I get it. But some of the big names like the Ed Warder or guys like that, they let go. I think ultimately that's going to end up hurting them. And they call that penalty on the crush, giving the ball to. The kick was blocked, cleanly blocked. Oh, I see. Penalty on the crush there for trying to kick the ball a second time after it was blocked. It was recovered by the Barnstormers inside the 5-yard line. I guess you do what you got to do in that situation after your kick's been blocked. As Spencer tried to just kick it away, but he did get a penalty on that one. The Barnstormers quarterback sneak, and they are short, 2nd and goal, with a 20-6 lead in the 3rd quarter. That was Lance McDowell. He joined us for just a few minutes. Good guy. He's out right now with the PCL injury. We hope he's back here quickly. Talking to him a little bit at halftime. It looks like he's out for about 3 weeks. Should be back for the last 5 or 6 games of the season. Let's hope he can stay on the field. All right, 2nd and goal for the Barnstormers from the 1-yard line. Quarterback under center, hands off to the left. Touchdown for the Barnstormers as they go up 26-6 in the 3rd quarter. All right, so we were talking about the ugly side of sports this week, the ESPN layoffs. A lot of it has to do with money. Hannah Storm came out this week and said she thinks it has something to do with politics and that ESPN got away from their main demographic. I have to say, what happened was you didn't get away from your main demographic. Your main demographic changed. Those people, those number of millennials that want to come around and have their sports in a different way, not necessarily have it on their phone or their tablet or have that quick info, but they want different kind of shows. People came out this week and were complaining, why didn't they fire Jamil Hill and Michael Smith? Well, those are two of the best people ESPN has going right now that does connect to their younger market. You can't get rid of people like that. You got to keep them on the payroll to try and compete with the aggressive, fresh-minded sports that Fox Sports is trying to put on right now in competition. I don't see ESPN going away. I understand they pay big money. What they're going to do, they're going to retool, they're going to reprogram, they're going to come out with something else. You forget, ESPN, they're owned by Disney. Disney got buku. Disney could buy Fox 5 times over, okay? So ESPN's not going to go anywhere. They're going to retool. They're going to come back. They're going to have some different people. They're going to, be brainstorming different shows and how to reach their audience. And they're going to be fine ultimately. You know what I'm just realizing right now? Lance's mic was turned off that whole time, so you guys didn't even get to hear Lance. Good guy, though. He disagreed with me on the Beast Mode thing. He shouted out his boy from UCF that got drafted by Seattle. We won't let him know that his mic was off that whole time. He caught me off guard, and I'm looking now, and I didn't even turn his mic on. So, for everybody who was wondering what I was talking about with Lance, that's what it was. Man, we got to get this game turned around. We're falling behind quick, but we can catch up fast in the IFL game. Let's hope they're able to do that. Other ugly story this week, Warren Sapp. Is it just me, or has Warren Sapp, the last 2 or 3 times that he's been in the media, been trashing somebody else to try and get some spotlight back on him? Now, his life's been full of problems. He's had all kinds of issues. He's had monetary issues. He's been let go by networks. And he's been struggling trying to find his way in retirement. But it just seems like every time we hear about him now, he's dogging somebody else. He's dogging out Ndamukong Suh. He's dogging out Myles Garrett. He's dogging out whatever defensive lineman's coming up. It's not how you're going to get back, Warren. I respected you as a player. Most of what you say as an analyst, I get it. But now you just being a hater. And you got to step back and you need to start building some of these guys up instead of trying to tear them down. That's just an ugly situation right there. Kickoff on the play. Crush return at 5. Come back. Oh, no, not good. Tried to come back on that one. Gets taken down at the 7-yard line. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see if that is against the Crush or the Barnstormers. Referees will talk about it. We'll bring up our next topic. Some of these other headlines. Barry Bonds is going to have a street named after him in San Francisco. He's back with the Giants in some capacity, helping coach right now. We all know he was the hitting coach down there with Miami for last season. I think it's good that Bonds is involved. I didn't have a problem with Bonds. I didn't have a problem with the way he held himself. That is a penalty, it looks like, on the Crush. Not sure what the penalty on the Crush was there. Oh, no, okay. That was on the Barnstormers. No, it was on the Crush. They moved the Crush back to inside the 5-yard line, even though the Barnstormers ripped at the face mask of the Crush player. Can't fight the refs. Handoff up the middle. Ford goes off to the right, breaks a tackle, and he is out to the 12, maybe the 13-yard line on the play. I like Barry Bonds. I don't expect my athletes to be media role models, to be nice to everybody. I understand what it's like to be an athlete and have emotions after wins and losses and have people pulling you this way and pushing you that way. And, so what? He didn't want to deal with it at a certain point of his career. He decided to do what everybody else was doing at a certain point of his career when the Sammy Sosas and Mark McGuires were getting touted and he was a better player. He was like, all right, well, let's show you what the better player can do doing the same kind of substances they're doing. That was the era. That was the pitchers. That was the catchers. That was the fielders. That was the hitters. It was most of the league. So you know what? Get off of him. Get off his back. Stop hating him because the media didn't like it. Stop being that version. Don't be that person that lets the idiot box tell you what to think. Oh, I'm going to not like this guy because the media says he's angry and uncooperative. No. Congratulations to Barry Bonds. You're the home run king. And now you got a street named after you. Good for you, sir. Nadler passes over the middle to Kaiser to the 21-yard line of the Barnstormers as the Crush are trying to put a drive together here as they started inside their 5 and they are now in the opponent's territory. Another story this week, DeMarcus Ware signed a one-day contract to retire as a Dallas Cowboy. Locally, Broncos fans hated on him for it, like he somehow needed to retire a Bronco. The fact of the matter is, he spent 12 years of his career almost in Dallas, and most of his playing time was there. His home is there. He would like to go and coach there at some point. So I have no problem with that. Players throughout the history of the league have gone back, signed one-day deals to retire with the team they started with and or played the longest with. So I have no problems with it. Congratulations to DeMarcus Ware. You had a great career. I think you're going to make a great coach as soon as you decide to do that. Adrian Peterson signed with the Saints this week. They also drafted a running back this week in Kamara. Bad snap on the play. Nadler goes all the way back inside the 10-yard line. Has to scramble. Fires from the 15. Incomplete on the play. Oh, that's not Nadler. Nadler's out as Sean Goldrick is in at quarterback right now. Not sure if there was an injury to Nadler or what happened there, but Goldrick is in at quarterback right now. Tried to make something happen on that play, but was unable to. Yeah, Nadler must have gotten hurt, or they decided to change things up at halftime. Nadler did come out early in the third quarter, but Goldrick is in. 4th and 4, they decide to go for it. Drop back for a pass, fires as the crossing route. Complete, first down for the Crush inside the 15-yard line. As you can hear the fans react there. Again, apologize to Lance McDowell for not having that mic on. Wasn't expecting any guests and didn't have it ready for him to go. we'll try and get him on again before the end of the show as he went to get something to eat. 1st and 10 for the Crush. Goldrick in at quarterback. He's in shotgun formation, running back to his right. 2 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. It is a rushing play. Running back goes up the middle for a gain of about 6 yards on the play, bringing up a 2nd down. So the Saints, they have a ton of running backs. Expect some of those guys to be let go and or traded throughout the rest of the summer. Could be picked up by some other players. The group headed by Jeb Bush and Derek Jeter seem to be in the front-running seat to own the Marlins next. However, Major League Baseball is saying that they are just one group that is still in the bidding. So we'll have to see how that plays out. 3 receivers to the top, running back in the backfield, quick pass to the right, screen pass, takes them to about the 1-yard line. 1st and goal for the Colorado Crush, as they are starting to get a little something going on offense right now, down 27-6 in the 3rd quarter. Here's something, I should have put this in the ugly category, but the state of Oklahoma passed a law this week allowing universities to sue agents or other entities who turn them in for rules violations and cost them money. That's like, okay, we will sue you for letting people know we cheated. So I would expect Oklahoma programs to have a boost over the next couple years, or maybe even more influence from the NCAA checking them out. Because this is another ridiculous law that the state of Oklahoma has enacted to try and protect what? Cheating. That's all this law does, is protect cheating. If you turn us in and we have to get a fine for that, we are now allowed to sue you to recoup that fine. So it's protection for cheating. Now, it doesn't give them back scholarships. It won't give them back wins that might be voided if they're caught cheating. But financially, the state of Oklahoma has just made universities safe from cheating. I don't agree with that. I think it's a bunch of BS. But then again, that's what the state of Oklahoma and that governor down there continue to do. Sorry, if you're from Oklahoma and you're a listener, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to dog you as a person. It's the government and the state and the laws that continue to be passed down there. It's a bunch of BS. I'm not for it. I'm against it altogether. And I hope the NCAA finds a way to step in and big brother these universities so that they can't sue people for turning them in for rules violations. Eric Thames, he's on a tear. 11 home runs this month. He's been drug tested again. This is a guy, I'm sure by now, if you follow baseball, you know he's playing for Milwaukee this season. He was off in Korea for a few years as he tried to get his game straight. Last time he was here in the States, just wasn't very good, flat out. Didn't know how to be a professional, didn't know how to carry himself, and it took him a while in Korea to figure that out, but he's back now, he's killing it. And, I love what he had to say about being drug tested. I have a lot of urine and a lot of blood, so, keep coming to see me after the games. I have no problem with it. He has nothing to hide. I don't think he has anything to hide. I think he's been on a hot streak. I do think he will cool out on his home run total a little bit, and I don't think it's going to stay as high as it's been. But Eric Thames, somebody to watch this season there for Milwaukee. Oh, the Packers signed Jahuri Evans, a guard, to replace Lang. That's a good pickup for them. Running play for the Crush to the right side, and they score their first touchdown of the game, bringing it to 27-12. Early in the 4th quarter, with 14:45 left. They're definitely going to have to get some stops here to get back into this one. Big plays, can't have these long drives that eat up time if they're going to have a chance here in this one. Still no word on what happened to Liam Nadler or as to why Sean's back in the game, but he led them down for their first scoring drive. So let's hope they can keep that going. Extra point is up, and it is good. 27-13. The Crush trailed the Iowa Barnstormers early in the 4th quarter. So the Packers signed Jahuri Evans to come play guard. That should kill some of the talk up there of their coaches and players being mad that TJ Lang